Pixar Animation Studios is one of the best animation studios of all time, whether it be breaking formulaic boundaries, upgrading their animation style with every single movie release, or their expansive diversity within their studio and movies, including shorts. Since 1995, we've gotten 23 films with a couple shorts before and a lot of shorts afterwards, and this year, 2021, is the 35th anniversary of the studio's founding. So it's about time we rank the movies. Over the years, we've gotten critical hits, critical misses, and hit or miss movies. So let's get into this list, and it's my opinion. Mine. Nobody else's. This is my opinion. If our opinions are different, you respect mine, I'll respect yours. Okay? Pixar, a studio that has made wonderful movies since 1995 all the way up to 2020. And what did they make in 2010? They made this. I don't know, man. They made this. I watched a video from Shape Realist Productions about how Cars in concept is a bad franchise. And after watching it, I agree. Cars 2 has no Pixar magic to it. It doesn't feel like Pixar. It just feels like they just threw in whatever they had with their animation style and just try to put it all in a mixed bag with a terrible franchise concept. In my opinion, Cars should never have been expanded upon. When you watch the first movie, it feels like one of those standalone movies that shouldn't have any continuation because it pays tribute to something, in which the first Cars movie does that. It pays tribute to Route 66. And it has a good message about slowing down in life, you know? Cars 2 completely tarnishes that. It becomes a spy thriller, but not just any spy thriller, a comedic spy thriller. But not just any comedic spy thriller, a bad comedic spy thriller. The humor is just dry and terrible.
Alright, ladies.
The animation is fine, but that's Pixar for you. The story is weird. I mean, at least I'll give them credit for expanding the universe. It was just in poor taste. I mean, like, there's a lemon society. I mean, it's full of like terrible broken down cars. I mean, why wouldn't that exist in the Cars universe? And apparently cars can be high-tech spies, you know? I mean, like, yeah, put some gadgets in their parts. What? But I can't give them credit to what they did to Mater. I mean, like, McQueen's and Mater's friendship in the first movie was cute. It was fine. Like, Mater was just like this goofy dum-dum. But in this one, he's an obnoxious idiot. He just becomes so unlikable throughout the whole movie. And I just don't want to watch it. He's just very unlikable for the entire movie. The movie teaches absolutely nothing. It completely tarnished what the first movie did, and it's just so obnoxious to watch. Why? Why did they make this? Thanks, John. I'll give credit where it's due. The Good Dinosaur has a nice environment. I mean, like, look at that water, look at that mountain, look at that sun. Whoa, so cool. But what was the point? Plot just feels stale. It's so solely placed. I wasn't charmed by any moments between Arlo and the kid. I was just confused and not laughing. They get high. I wasn't laughing at that. I don't have anything else to say about this movie. It has some Pixar magic in it, like with the environment. Wasn't just charmed by anything. I'll be honest, Brave just doesn't do it for me. That's pretty visuals, like the Good Dinosaur. And I'm sure it has some other good stuff in it. I just can't watch it. I mean, like, I think it's just a me thing. I'm just not totally invested in it. I don't get interested in it. It's an movie for me. Bug's Life is pretty alright. I mean, it has some good moments. They achieve crowds. I mean, like, back then, with animation, it was hard to do crowds, because, like, you had to, like, animate every single one of them, or something like that, along the lines. And, like, they did that. They have, like, crowds. Wow, so cool, with like, the technology they can use back then. I mean, that must have been really cool on watching it in the theater. I didn't exist back then when the movie premiered, but like, that must have been really cool. I just hate the part where the story goes all like, wait a minute, these aren't warriors, they are circus bugs. That means this plan that they gave us and we had to build ourselves is not gonna work because the plan came from circus bugs. What? You guys literally made a contraption perfect enough to scare the grasshoppers, which you guys made. It's not like you're gonna make the circus bugs fight the grasshoppers themselves. The whole plan was for the contraption, the whole bird thing, to scare off the grasshoppers. The plan was still gonna work. The only thing I hate about Cars 3 is that I hate what it stands for. Hey, we made a terrible movie. Let's just send it off with a high note. Just by doing the same thing. We won't expand on the genre of what we're supposed to do from the previous movie. Let's just do the same thing we did in Cars 1 without really the message about slowing down in life. Sort of. We just have McQueen getting old and then he's got to teach his new car with this next generation of racers. It's bearable. I mean, like, McQueen's and Cruz's partnership was cute, I guess. Yeah. What else do we wanted to say? The expansion isn't really executed well, again. So there's this new generation of race cars. Were they born? Were they invented? Were they given new parts? Which one is it? Oh, hey.
Yeah. I'm that Togurt guy from the commentary. We're gonna get some knowledge to this guy.
Here he goes. This whole knowledge about the Cars universe because of his love for it.
Yeah, I get it. This is your video. I'll go make mine and you do whatever. I just wanted to explain something. That way you actually have some knowledge in your brain. So, the Cars universe and its workings are pretty simple, you know, just a giant workaround. Now what you want obviously, is how the next gen cars work, like Cruz and Jack. They're just built differently. The way it works is the training facilities. So in the movie, you know, Sterling, the guy who's like McQueen's manager or whatever, shows him around the new place and shows him things like the big thing, which is the speed VR test, which Jack has, and that's how he's constantly improving the speed, which makes him just a better racer than most. So yeah, it increases their speed durability, unlike McQueen, where he trains in the Radiator Springs, like mountain thing. He even tries to beat his record again in a rundown raceway where Doc used to go, but spoiler alert, you don't need to watch the movie. But he doesn't, because he's garbage.
I love you, McQueen.
He shows him the wind turbine training, which improves the strength against wind for new racers, so like air pressure goes brrr. And then the VR. Something important to note is that all the new racers and cars that are training have similar builds, which can contribute to the speed they all have. Like Cruz and Jack have very similar builds. That's kind of why they go against each other. In the movie, it shows McQueen trying to keep his same routines as before, but Cruz tries to show him some new ones that'll probably help him, and he backs off and hates them. So what happens? It helps him find out that, or realize that he's not ready for this new generation of cars. They're finally able to move past the new racers, or the original ones, so you can't do anything. Instead, putting Cruz in and making the movie a bit less interesting, but I don't know, that was just me. Like, that's how they explain it, basically. So I'm getting out of here.
Huh. There goes my argument. What else can I say? How are cars born? This is what I mean. How they should have just stayed at the first movie and the Meta shorts, whatever those were. But no, they had to expand. And they had to make me question the anatomy and the reproduction cycle of a car. That's not something you should question. Like, how did one with super strength and the one that can stretch make a one that can go super fast and the one who has psychic abilities and one that has like every single power in the world? That doesn't make sense, but let's just go with it. That makes sense. But the reproduction cycle of a car, that's what's making me question this. Plus, how is McQueen getting old? Is he gonna pass away? Like, there's a bunch of cars mentioning that he's getting old. What does that mean? Is he like gonna break down something and then like gonna die? I mean, like, that's how they wrote off Doug Hudson in the Cars 2 movie. I know Paul Newman passed away, but You just wrote him off like he just passed away. How does a car pass away? So, an unnecessary sequel. But I know why they did it. It was to redeem the franchise. And they did not do that. Finding Dory is another unnecessary sequel. But it's a little enjoyable at the least. It's like junk food. It's not obnoxious like Cars 2. It's the best way I can describe it. It does add on to Dory's story. I mean, like meeting her old friends and then meeting this new friend and then meeting her parents. I mean, that was cute. I guess. I don't know. I wasn't charmed by anything. It does feel like more of a repeat with similar elements with all like the characters and stuff. It wasn't charmed by anything. And I didn't even like the scenes shared between Marlin and Nemo because they're kind of stale. Yeah, that's what I have to say. Incredibles 2, another unnecessary. Wait. It's not. It's because we did leave off on a bit of a cliffhanger. My guy, did you just say cliffhanger? You were supposed to say cliffhanger, you idiot! In the first movie, and yeah, it's not supposed to be an unnecessary sequel because they set the whole final scene with the Underminer being this like big antagonist in the second movie, and we didn't get it for 14 years. But now we finally got it. I was really excited for this movie because it's a huge gap. I mean, like huge expectations. It was okay. We do get the fight sequence between the Underminer and the Incredibles, but it just ends so quickly. Again, the final scene makes it seem like he's gonna be this big antagonist, but oh no, drop quickly. Here's the screenslaver. Sure, the family stuff was interesting and kind of funny at times, but like, well, I was here for the story. Like, I was there for the big antagonist, and the antagonist is a bit underwhelming. And plus, it's a repeat of the previous movie, cause like, oh, superheroes are illegal. But what happened in the last few moments and the climax in the first movie? They weren't arrested, so like they were legal at the time, but like, oh no, they're illegal now. Go back to living a regular life. What happened there? Brad Bird, come on! It's just somewhat entertaining. The story is just weak. Finding Nemo is interesting, man. The story is great and like cute at times. Just can't find myself watching it this much, May just be another me thing. I don't really hold any emotional value to it. I'm just not interested in the characters other than Marlin, Nemo, Dory, and those were the only characters basically in this entire movie. I didn't care about those fish in the aquarium. I mean, like, sure, they're funny, but like, it's more bearable than a sequel, and it holds a lot more charm in it. And yeah, we were gonna get a sequel to Monsters Incorporated, but Pixar decided to drop that, and we got this instead. Yeah, Monsters University: The Origin of Sully's and Mike's Friendship. Aww. Though it has more of a focus on Mike as he's trying to become this big scarer, Then he's gonna make it big. Then he doesn't. There's really no happy ending to it until like the very end, where Sully and Mike realize their friendship. And, they get together and work together at Monsters Incorporated. And it was cute. I mean, I like it. I like all the moments shared between them, like dealing with insecurity within their minds. And I mean, like, it was cool. There's cool representation of the college. Actually, is that invalid? Because I'm not in college yet. Let's just go with it. I just like the scenes shared between Sully and Mike. I mean, like, I like friendship stuff, and I like what Pixar can do with friendship stuff. At other times, it's just not that. I'm really only charmed by Mike and Sully's friendship, and that's what makes University's story a bit weak. There's just like too many moments where we don't get Sully and Mike together. Just that. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I like what it holds with the charm and the friendship, and basically the message about insecurity, I guess. Yeah. I will say this. Pete Docter is a really interesting director, and I love him for that. He is great at making these weird worlds out of concepts that we come up with in the real world. He's great at it. Inside Out is no different. I just like the concept of the story, like just emotions in your mind, just having a life, you know? But what we see demonstrated in the story of Inside Out is just this toxic positivity in Riley's mind. You see, Joy always wanted Riley to make her happy. That's not good, you know? I mean, like, no. I mean, you gotta have emotions. You're moving away from a home, like, sure, you gotta feel scared, you gotta feel angry, you gotta feel disgusted about it, and you gotta feel sad about it. But Joy doesn't allow that, because she just wants Riley to be happy. That's just not how it works. You know, like, basically, Joy is a gaslighter, you know? Just gaslighting Riley, like, thinking she's happy with the move and moving away from her friends, and she's never gonna be able to see them again. Like, gotta be able to comprehend that with other emotions other than happiness. I mean, like, it's gotta depend on the situation of it. I mean, like, if you hated those friends, then yeah, you gotta be happy about it. But that's not what we see. That's basically what the film wanted to teach, in my opinion. I mean, that's just how it came across to me. I mean, we all have our own interpretations of different sayings on, like, films and internet and Twitter, but, you know, Twitter's a garbage dump, so yeah. Ah, yes, the only good Cars movie. Cars 1. A wacky movie, but still the best of the three. I mean, Mater's not obnoxious. I mean, McQueen's an unlikable jerk, but he's always been an unlikable jerk in the three movies. Let's just not talk about that. But we do have Life is a Highway. That's a +1 for me in the movie. Also, the introduction is great. Sheryl Crow, man, like, whoa, great choice for the singer. Just gets me pumped, you know, like, just cars racing and then her voice in the background, like, whoa, pump. I also really like the message of just slowing down in life, taking it in the moments, and it pays tribute to Route 66. That's really nice. That's all it should have been. John. This might be a little controversial, but Toy Story. Yeah, number 12, Toy Story. The first ever movie from Pixar, and oh boy, it has aged. You know, like, it just has that buddy adventure charm, you know, like, not really expensive. And, you know, I just really like the sequels better. You know, they made some really good sequels. Because, like, the whole concept of a toy and seeing the toy's perspective of a kid just growing up, you know? That's basically been the whole idea of the first three movies. We get to see 4 wrap up the whole franchise. I like the characters, I like the story, I like the bond between Woody and Buzz in the first movie. I just like the expansion in the sequels better. Soul is something I can hang on to for a while. I have many story problems with it, like how the introduction is just too fast-paced, they don't establish the universe well enough, and I wish the ending had more to it. I mean, like, I saw that Pixar popcorn short with the soul thing in it, and I was like, why wasn't that the ending? That would have been a way better ending. People gotta agree with me on that. Like, why wasn't that the ending? That would have been so much better, right? Am I wrong? I can't be wrong, right? That's gotta be like the proper ending to the movie. I just like the jazz. I like the message of just like, you don't need to have a purpose. You just need to live life with the smallest moments. I like the message. Pete Docter is a great director. I like how it subverted my expectations. I mean, like, I thought 22 was gonna have to play the gig for Joe, but that doesn't happen. I was really expecting that. Joe plays the gig. And I was like, whoa, wait. This is gonna be a weird, sad, happy ending because 22 doesn't get to live her life, but Joe does. And I was like, wait, Joe's not happy with it. He finally gets the gig of his lifetime, but he's not happy with it. I mean, that happens to a lot of artists and entertainers in our time. Like, do they really want to keep doing this? I mean, like, you just gotta take a step back in life and think about, what are you genuinely passionate about? all artists hit that block in the road. Yeah, it's really, really captured good. It was really good. I really like that. Like the humor, like the characters, and I love the emotional value I have to it. But that's mainly because I'm an emotionally vulnerable teenager at the moment, and yeah, it's probably gonna move down the list as I grow older. But you know, I like it what it is for right now. It's probably gonna get pushed down the list because I have a lot of story problems with it. But yeah. This also might be a little controversial. Toy Story 3. 10. Number 10. I mean, like, Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 3 are both equally not the strongest in my opinion. And I say equally. Because, like, Toy Story 3, I mean, like, I like the expansion. It's just, I like 2 and 4 better. And like, the whole representation of Andy growing up, and then all the toys, they have to figure out where they gotta go next. Either the daycare or a new owner, and they figure out the daycare is bad, so they pick the new owner. Yeah, I just like the perspective of it, the concept. Just seeing a kid growing up, ready to go to college, doesn't play with toys anymore. They really capture that essence from a toy's perspective. Like, oh man, my owner's not gonna play with me anymore. What am I gonna do next? And then they keep going through the cycle of being passed down and down and down and down and down. Oh my god. Where are the villains? Oh god. Though it's not my favorite Toy Story, it's still a good watch. Plus that garbage dump scene, intense. Onward is a pretty cute movie, not the deepest, but cute. I like Tom Holland's and Chris Pratt's performances together, really bring this bond to Ian and Barley. And like, of course, they're brothers. I mean, come on, they're brothers. Who doesn't have a father anymore? But Barley's always been the father figure for Ian, and it's just really the whole buddy adventure charm that it holds. With like Ian realizing, yeah, I can do this. I'm not afraid. He evolves, he grows, and he's always had Barley at his side as his father figure. Not the police horse guy. I forgot his name. But yeah, it's a classic in my eyes. I hear a lot of arguments about Onward being a Pixar classic or not, which in my eyes, I think it is, because it has the same charm as the first Toy Story, just that buddy adventure, and then like they realize they have a great bond together. It's just nice. Good classic. It's just a classic kind of storytelling. This is, you know, with different concepts. And I like it, right? Monsters Inc. Oh man, another buddy movie. But basically, I like this better than Onward. Because like, I like the whole buddy concept with Mike and Sully. Like, they're good friends, and then we got Boo tagging along. I like the extra part of it. Put some extra spice into the buddy adventure concept. Plus, who doesn't love da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. I don't remember how it goes. Also, I really like the continuity because like Mike is a bit more arrogant in this movie, and then like in university he's a bit more hopeful. Like, I'm not perfect, but I'm gonna be pretty awesome. You know, change. I mean, like they grow older and like they were teens, and then like this one they're in like probably late 30s, early 40s, maybe. I don't know. Plus, I don't like the continuity error, which is this line.
You've been jealous of my good looks since the 4th grade, pal.
They even confirmed this themselves. I mean, they try to pass it off as a retcon. Sure, I guess. I don't like that error. Like, come on, guys. I just like the movie for the music and story, because like the extra spice in the buddy adventure concept. Just put the spice in the burger, you know? Also, I bet a lot of kids watching at the time couldn't go to sleep because, you know, they had to watch their closets just waiting for monsters to peek out and scare them for their energy. I'm not helping. wait, I can help. They don't scare anymore. They make people laugh, which is way better, apparently. Toy Story 4. When I first heard about it, I was like, why? Why? The franchise already ended with Toy Story 3. But then I realized Toy Story 3 ends Andy's arc, but Toy Story 4 ends Woody's arc, which has always been the prominent arc in this franchise. Woody's arc always revolved around Andy growing up. Woody had to deal with almost getting replaced, being forgotten, having to deal with being passed along to the next owner. And in this one, the new owner doesn't like him. I mean, not the favorite, always abandoned. He's replaced by Forky. We get this whole thing where like, yeah, he's completely forgotten about. Like he's not being cared. So Bonnie broke her promise.
He'll be there for you, no matter what. You think you can take care of him for me? Okay then.
Town is open! Hi, Mayor, Banker, hi, Ice Cream Man, hi, Hat Shop Owner, Mailman, and the Sheriff. Okay, bye, toys. When somebody loved me, everything was beautiful.
Not cool, Bonnie. And it's just like that whole story, you know? I mean, like, just Woody dealing with that, and then he gets to meet Bo Peep again, and he realizes he wants to be a lost toy, which is good for him. It completes his arc, he says goodbye to all his friends, and it wraps a nice bow in the franchise. Finally putting the franchise to rest. Wait, what? There's gonna be another movie? Lightyear. About a human actually named Buzz Lightyear, and he was an astronaut, and the toy was made based off of him? Really? Huh. So, the franchise is not technically over yet. What was that? Voiced by Chris Evans. Oh, then this movie's not going to be terrible. Chris Evans, oh man, this movie's going to be lit. Up has this charm in the beginning, which I really love. Like, what's gonna happen? You get to see this whole montage of Carl and Ellie being happy, and getting sad, and getting happy again, but then realizing they haven't achieved their dream of going to Paradise Falls with their house, and which they're about to do, but sadly Ellie passes away. And the whole scene closes out. It makes you, I mean, it made me think like, that can't be the end of the movie, right? There's gotta be a happy ending to this. Which there was, because the story continues with Russell, the Boy Scout. Like, throughout this whole movie, it's just about Carl struggling to let go of the past and just trying to move on. And he learns that from Russell. It's really nice. It's another buddy adventure, but again, with the spice in the burger. I mean, like, it's more of like a father figure movie, but yeah, that's also the charm to it. I just like the story, like the music. Oh my god, the music. I think the film is a little too humorous of what it's trying to show, and at least in my opinion, but I still enjoy the movie nonetheless. Coco is great. Yeah, that's good representation, good music. Oh my god, the music is so good. Good story, and an amazingly animated world of which we have never seen before. And that's really cool. I hold this movie dearly because, like, you know, musician, music producer, I just don't see people talking about it as much. I just hear a lot of people talking about the memes from it. Plus at the end where like Miguel's trying to sing Remember Me Softly, and then like Coco joining in, like, oh, heart restoring, because like Hector gets remembered at the end, and wow. Number 4, Toy Story 2. Yeah, the best of the quadrilogy. It delivers the best expansion of life in a toy's eyes. Because like we got Toy Story 1, and then we got Toy Story 2. In the first one, Woody's gonna get replaced, but he doesn't end up getting replaced. Toy Story 3, he's gonna be forgotten about, but he's passed on to the next owner, which we all know how that went. In Toy Story 2, it takes this mature feeling of what Woody's going through. I mean, this kid is an old toy. He's gonna be forgotten about. it's more prominent in the second movie than the third movie. Then we get like Buzz's scenes and like, yeah, that's funny. But I like Woody's scenes more. I mean, we also get to learn the origin of Jessie, and that was really heartbreaking to learn because like she was forgotten for the longest time. She wasn't even passed on to a new owner for the longest time. And then she's remembered, and then she's immediately given away to a donation charity. You really feel for Woody and Jessie just being forgotten about. Being forgotten about really sucks. Which was also the thing about Coco, like being forgotten. That sucks. And where are the villains? Is Pixar trying to tell us something? Number 3, WALL-E. The Earth is basically destroyed, just filled with garbage with one very, very lonely robot. It's really sad. And you know what caused the Earth to be this way? Us! Oh god, we're the villains! I just really love the introduction. Just WALL-E living peacefully. He's like, whoa, this is pretty nice. I like taking care of garbage. And I was like, whoa, a nice robot that I have not seen before. Whoa, she seems pretty nice. Oh no, wait, she's a bit evil, but not really. Barely any dialogue, and basically the environment telling us what happened to Earth. Like, the whole screen thing, I mean, that was really convenient. But, you know, and I just like the moments where Eve and WALL-E just form this wacky bond, you know? You know, the movie's doing such a great job when it gets me invested in a robot's romance. That's Pixar for you. And then like after that, I mean like the movie starts getting a little faster. I mean like that's kind of like not my thing, but it works actually, in my opinion. It gets a little fast, but it works for me. I mean, because like you still get the cute scenes between WALL-E and Eve, and like wow, such a majestic scene. When like the one where they're in space and they're just flying around, aww. And at the end, it was really bittersweet. I mean, like, they had a whole fake out where WALL-E didn't remember anything, but yeah. And it has a whole message of just, yeah, come on, humans, take care of the Earth. Or whatever, I mean, like, I was really only interested in the robot's romance. I am one to love action movies, and The Incredibles are no different. Oh man, this is such a great movie, like all the family stuff and like all the action, like pow, you know? It was really funny, it was really great. I love all the action scenes, which is great. Love all the character deaths. I like what Brad Bird brings to the table for animation, just except for the other one, but you know, he did a good job with this one. Just brings a whole lot of wit for both kids and adults, which is really needed in animation. It's just because a bunch of dumb adults think that animation is just for kids, and please stop. Please stop. I just like the whole mature character death, and all the characters fit in their roles as a family. It works, it's authentic. I like it. It just breaks Pixar's formula, you know? Just, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. The story, amazing. Action, great. Humor, great. Family, great. Authentic. Thank you, Brad Bird. That's right. My favorite Pixar film of all time is Ratatouille. Yeah, I watched another video from Schaefer's Productions of how Ratatouille is the magnum opus of Pixar Studios. I agree. And I swear the video didn't influence my opinion on the movie. It just helped me come up with the words of how I feel about it. You know, just a rising artist and a rising nervous wreck. You just get to see just like slice of life moments in the movie, you know? I mean, like, there's no certain goal. You just get to see life progress with each character, you know? Like, we're introduced to all the chefs in the kitchen. I mean, it's not really expansive, but I still appreciate it. In the beginning, we're supposed to know how Remy feels. He's not happy, but when we get to Paris, he's happy. He gets to achieve his goal of cooking with Linguini. And Linguini, he's just a nervous wreck, but rises to be this this guy, you know, just, you know, he can be everything without Remy. But, you know, they form a bond, they let their ego set aside, and we get this great bond at the end where, you know, Remy gets to cook, and then Linguini still gets to do his own thing, where he's not a Gusteau kind of guy, he's just a regular living guy. I love all of the aspects of the film. I love the characters, I love the story, I love the details, I love the message. Just about making your own works. You just gotta overcome the obstacles. I really like it. Then we just see life progressing throughout the whole movie. There's no certain goal to it. You just get to see Remy go through his thing to overcome the obstacles to finally get into cooking. It's like an artist in the real world where he's trying to reach for a music career or a film career or whatever it is. Just overcoming the obstacles, ego, insecurity. I like it a lot. I'll hold this film dearly in my heart as my favorite Pixar film of all time, just with everything about it. It's an entertaining film throughout, and I love how Brad Bird executes it. It's really great. I love you, Brad Bird. Not that time, but this time. Pixar is a wonderful animation studio, my favorite studio of all time. I have a lot of critiques about it, but I still really love it. They endure originality, they break boundaries. Come on, it's what the film industry needs. Unlike the company they're owned by. Also, now you know my favorite Pixar film is about a rat cooking. Yeah. Oh wait, I forgot about their shorts. Alright, let me look into that. Why are there so many? Actually, wait. I don't really dislike any of them. All of them are like a 1, a 2, or a 3. I don't know. Maybe I'll rate them at a different time. Just not right now. This video's already getting long as it is. I've never really done these types of videos before. Anyways, yeah, I gotta get back to working on the No Serotonin Radio EP and the Butterfly album. I just posted what progression they're at, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there are any newcomers out there, consider subscribing. There's going to be a lot more content like this year, including a lot of music stuff. And enjoy the rest of your day or night, whichever it is. But enjoy it, you know? Bye, goons and goonettes.